What is on the mind of these Survivor contestants? Hi, I'm Kim and welcome to Talking Survivor. Today, I am going to reveal the strategies of the Survivor contestants so far in the game of Survivor 40 Winners at War. And at the end of this video, I'm going to reveal what player or players have the best strategies so far. First, we have the Red Tribe, now consisting of Jeremy, Tony, Kim, and Denise. Now, I'm first going to put Jeremy and Tony together because I think that they have very similar strategies at this point. Both of them want to keep a shield around so that the focus is not on them as targets. Jeremy has lost Boston Rob as his target shield, and now Tony has lost Sandra as one of his target shields. So they are both looking for another shield. Now we see in the previews for next week how Jeremy is looking at Tony and he's saying Tony is a real threat. So even though I know that Jeremy sees Tony as a threat, Jeremy is still looking at him as a shield because he's not trying to put the spotlight on himself. He wants someone else there that other people can focus on. Now Tony wants the same thing. Now he doesn't have Sandra, who's one of his shields. So now he has to look for someone else that he can actually put out in front to make it seem like this person is a bigger threat than him. However, Tony is up to his old tactics. He's making spy shacks, he's disappearing for a long time. But the crazy thing about it is, no one is worried about him. I mean, last episode, they knew that he disappeared for a long time. He wasn't fooling anyone. Everyone knew that he was building a spy shack. Sandra even said, you know what? Let's not talk around the water well because that's where his last spy shack was. And guess what? That's exactly where he was again. But the thing is that no one was still writing his name down. No one was focusing on him. No one was targeting him. In fact, even though they knew his spy shack was around there, all they had to do was go and peek over in the little shrubs to just bust them out. But they are so unconcerned about Tony that no one is even thinking about doing that. So I have to say that Tony's game right now, being kind of like the person that makes people laugh, who's playing a good social game, is actually working because people kind of want to keep him around, so the target is off of them, but yet they're not so worried about him, and I'm not sure why. I think that makes Tony a huge threat. Jeremy is playing a great social game. I mean, he got Denise to use her only protection, her other idol, to save him, even though she had already saved herself. She was already safe. So I would say that Jeremy's playing a great social game in order to get Denise to want to use her idol on him. But Denise, on the other hand, now she is just trying to keep her alliances together. She saved Jeremy because she knows that she needs Jeremy around, and she's waiting for either a merge or a tribe swap and hoping that Michelle and Ben and maybe even Adam will survive in order to join back together and become a strong alliance. Now Kim is the only one that I don't even know what Kim is doing, and I'm not really sure that Kim knows what she's doing. I think Kim is just kind of like going day by day. At first it looked like she was willing to make an alliance with Denise, but then she tried to vote Denise out. I thought she was gonna go with the whole Jeremy-Denise alliance, but it looks like she was more trying to stay true to the red, which I don't understand because she was kind of at the bottom of that alliance to begin with. I think it would have been to Kim's benefit to kind of nurture that relationship with Denise and join with other blue members in order to go further in the game. Because when the red tribe gets back together, they're gonna kind of be split up into factions. Now onto the blue tribe, which consists of Yul, Wendell, Nick, and Michelle. Now Wendell is not getting a very good edit, and I'm not too sure if it's really the edit. Someone tweeted this past week, you know, I used to really like Wendell, but I'm thinking maybe it's a bad edit because he's not looking too good. To which I replied, maybe, but maybe the first time was the edit and this time was more reality. Because we do know that Michelle keeps telling us that she was burned very badly by Wendell, and that's in real life. And Wendell is showing this smugness. I mean, he just has a smug look on his face all the time, like, I am in charge, you come to me and bow to me, you peasants. I mean, it's just not a very good look for him. With Parvati, last week, he was telling Parvati, oh yeah, give me your tokens and give it to me before the tribal council and then I'll work with you. But you know, I had nothing for you. I got nothing else for you if you're not gonna do that. So in other words, he's like, look, I'm in charge here. So if you want my help, then you just do whatever I tell you to do. And if not, then, you know, like, forget you, go whatever, get out of here. I don't care. So it looks like his strategy right now is just, I'm in control. I have a strong alliance. I can do whatever I want. I'll use you and abuse you and kick you to the side. And I'll tell you that I'm doing it while I'm doing it. And Michelle just seems like she's whimpering down and bowing down, and she's just like this little puppy begging for someone to throw her a bone. Where Michelle was like so strong before the little tribe swap. She was so strong, she was making good decisions, she was with Jeremy and Ben, and she was on top. She seemed like she was in control. Now she's just like the little beggar. Instead of strategizing, she's just like, her edit is making her look like she's just like begging Wendell just to like want her around. And what I think is the problem is that you have Nick over here, who I think would be willing. I think Nick can be turned. He would be willing to work with someone. And I think everyone is completely sleeping on Nick. No one is taking him seriously. Take him seriously. Use him. He is a number. He is a vote. And I think Nick's strategy is, he's like, I'm here if anybody wants to work with me, but no one seems to want to work with me. He even tweeted that everyone was kind of looking at him and pointing him out as a target. I think that they are making a huge mistake by not trying to get Nick to flip on their side. And Michelle, instead of using the strategy of just going and hoping that Wendell will let her in and go to the end together and make her part of an alliance, she should be going behind Wendell, trying to get Wendell out and trying to pull Nick in. Now Yul is just being so ultra cool. So Yul is actually being the Wendell of Wendell season, while Wendell is being the Dominic of Wendell season. Yul's like, I'm just gonna stand back. I'm gonna let Wendell take charge. I'm just gonna be nice socially so everyone will think I'm a good guy. While Wendell goes around and does all his dirt and ticks off everybody. And then in the end, even if I sit next to Wendell, they'll give me $2 million, which I think is an awesome strategy. Good for you, Yul, because that's exactly what Wendell did. Now, Adam knows that he is at the bottom of his alliance, and Adam's only chance really is to continue to win immunity challenges. But let's not discount Adam, because Adam really did start very strong in the season, even if he did take a nosedive. I think Adam might still be able to get the two women, Sophie and Sarah, to come on over to his side. Possibly he can paint a target on Ben's back, try to think of something he can use against Ben to try to let the women think that they should align with him instead of Ben. So Ben's strategy is to just continue to strengthen his social game, to try to get the women on his team, Sophie and Sarah, to really like him, to want to keep him around, to trust him, to form a really good bond so that he can have a new alliance. I do think that Ben is making a mistake by isolating Adam. Adam said in the last episode that Ben really doesn't talk to him much. In this game, you really don't want to burn bridges because you never know what's going to come up in this game with all the twists and turns. You really need to make sure that you are keeping him around, make him feel secure, talk to him, because you never know if you might need him. And besides that, as I keep saying, Ben, you know what? If you don't like what Adam did, take a look at yourself because you did the same thing. Now, I think Sophie and Sarah, I'm lumping them together because I think they have very similar strategies. Basically, they're trying to stay alive during this tribe swap in order to reunite with their alliance members. Also, I think the girls are looking at Ben and possibly maybe even Adam, but probably more so Ben, as someone that they could possibly join in with them with their alliance. So out of all the survivors, who I'm gonna pick as having the best strategy so far in this game would probably be Yul and Jeremy. I picked the two of them because they are very huge threats. They are very successfully staying low, laying low, staying out of the spotlight. They're building relationships that they can use so they can know exactly when to strike. And in the end, they are such likable people that people are going to want to just hand them $2 million in the end. So there you go. That's my analysis of the strategies of the survivors so far in the game. Tell me what you think. Do you agree that Yul and Jeremy should win for the best strategy so far in the game? Tell me in the comments. Please like and subscribe this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye, Survivor fans.